Hello, we're in a lesson on the topic of he's forced until he says I want. We're continuing from excerpt 7. He's forced until he says I want. Yeah, this is truly a strange matter. On one hand, we say that a person needs to arise and ask from the Creator in any language and with whatever strength all the time without pause until the Creator gives him the force of bestowal which is above nature. And that we must reach a state where my death is better than my life, and to give all the strength towards this as much as possible. That's on the one hand. And on the other hand, we say that nonetheless, everything depends on a person or on the Creator. If the Creator wants, if the Creator wouldn't want to build a house, then all the work is for no reason, meaning everything depends on the Creator. So what can a person do? We understand that a person doesn't have any strength, understanding, mind, feelings, and that his heart is filled with the ego. It fulfills his entire heart. And for him to direct oneself to the Creator. Meaning, there's a problem here. We need to check what depends on a person, what depends on the Creator, and how do we awaken a person, and what exactly to awaken him, and how, in order for him to rise to the Creator, until the Creator finally builds in him his inner temple, meaning the desire to bestow within his heart. There are a few problems along the way which we need to resolve in order to reach the realization of our goal. Let's see what these great Kabbalists, Baal, HaSulam, and Rabash, are telling us. Neve, please. Excerpt 7, Baal HaSulam writes, we must know that the path of Torah is a more successful way and yields more benefits than the path of suffering. This is because the kelim, the vessels, they'll be fit to receive the upper light, are broader and can yield dvekut, can yield adhesion with him. This is the meaning of he is coerced until he says, I want. It means that the Creator says, I want the deeds of the lower ones. The meaning of prayer is what our sages said. The Creator craved the prayer of the righteous, for by the prayer, the kelim are made fit for the Creator to later give the abundance. Since there is a fit kli to receive the abundance. Again, excerpt 7, Baal HaSulam writes, we must know that the path of Torah is a more successful way and yields more benefits than the path of suffering. This is because the kelim, the vessels, that will be fit to receive the upper light are broader and can yield dvikut, they can yield adhesion with him. This is the meaning of he is coerced until he says, I want. It means that the Creator says, I want the deeds of the lower ones. The meaning of prayer is what our sages said. The Creator craved the prayer of the righteous. For by the prayer, the kelim are made fit for the Creator to later give the abundance, since there is a fit kli to receive the abundance.
Turkey 1.
Selam Rav. Sabah dersinde kişinin ızdırabı eksik, yeterince ızdırap çekmiyor dediniz. Torah ışığın
In the morning lesson, you said we lack suffering in order to advance. If I understood correctly, that we lack suffering in order to advance, then how does it work out that the Torah is the path of light? Do we need to suffer or not? There are sufferings, and then there are the sufferings of love. That even if we come closer to one another, we still don't feel that we're fulfilled with love. And then the state is called the sufferings of love. I probably was talking about such sufferings.
Sorry, Graf. I have a question as well, but you talked about fulfilling the desires of the friends. Is this something we do after passing the mahsum, sorry? Because I don't know what my friends want. I don't feel it.
If I want to love the friends, and if I want to come closer to them, then of course I need to think how I feel what they're lacking and how I fulfill their deficiency.
Yeah.
You can always look at a mother and a baby. To what extent she cares all the time to fulfill the baby with what it wants.
Woman Moldova.
Oh, dear teacher, so if there are friends in the 10 that are not so close, that understand each other with half a word, okay, it's one thing. But if I have a friend who's like a closed book and I feel inside this suffering that I cannot come closer to her and we don't get a feeling towards one another, is this that suffering that we're talking about? And what do we do in such a case? Thank you.
Есть такие люди,
there are such people who don't understand what love is, who don't understand what it means to come closer to another person. And they have a very closed heart, a very big ego. It's actually talking about that later on they're going to advance really far and going to be great in the spiritual sense when they start to get corrected. But for now, in the beginning of the path, it's very difficult for them to understand what we're talking about. Why do I need to love the friends? Why do I need to be close to them? Why do I even need to aspire to have these good deeds towards the friends? What's the deal here? I understand that I need to learn what's written in the wisdom of Kabbalah. I want to be I want to study Kabbalah, but I don't understand why I need to love them. And such people, for many years, for a long time, are in such a state in which they cannot drop the wisdom of Kabbalah on the one hand, and on the other hand, they cannot enter into it. It's just the heart is closed with a certain lock, and it's impossible to open it. Just need to turn it a little bit for the light to enter into the heart, and then it'll be clear for him what we're talking about. He can't even picture to himself how it's possible to be close to the others, to the friends. How it's possible to come closer to them. I understand this because I myself was such, and it was always very difficult for me to develop love of friends in me. But it's necessary. What can you do? This is our work. This is the task that's in front of us, and we have no other way. Thank you, Rav. We love you. Okay, great. Regarding sufferings, you said that there are sufferings of love and then there are just sufferings. What did you mean when they're just these regular sufferings? Are all the sufferings that are not the sufferings of love called just these regular sufferings? Sufferings, it's towards a person. All the sufferings that we receive, of course, they come from none else besides Him, from the Creator. But the sufferings of love, it's called sufferings which come to a person and push him more towards connection and towards study of the Torah. Whereas just regular sufferings are such or he's engaged in something which doesn't cause connection and love. So it could be sufferings out of necessity in the family, and it pushes me towards connection, then these are just not regular sufferings. Once again, students, so the sufferings can come, let's say, for example, out of necessities, family, paychecks. If these sufferings help me and push me to connect with the friends and be in connection with the friends, then it's not just regular sufferings. I just didn't understand why you said there were just these just regular sufferings and there's sufferings of love. When do we say that there's just regular ones? Rav, it's written that sufferings of love is when they don't have the nullification of the Torah. So start to differentiate between these and those. So the last question, sufferings of love, is it the vessel? Rav, yeah, it's a vessel for the revelation of the Creator.
Woman PT8.
Rav, you said to the friend from PT33 that in order to differentiate between just regular sufferings and the sufferings of love, we need to know that in the sufferings of love there is no nullification of the Torah. What does it mean? Rav, if a person does not forget and advances in the study with the friends, even if he's suffering, this is called sufferings of love. So that even if these are other sufferings that are not connected to the path, Rav, if he does not leave the path, then it's called the sufferings of love. On the one hand, there are sufferings, and on the other hand, it's out of love. Okay?
French.
Est-ce que le Rav peut rappeler, s'il vous plaît, comment est-ce qu'on fait pour obtenir le désir de vouloir remplir?
Can you explain again? How do we receive a desire for the Creator from the Creator to fulfill the friends? Excuse me, a desire that the Creator will fulfill the friends. So it's according to our prayer. No one can get fulfilled by the Creator in a direct way, but only if we're connected between us and we pass from the Creator through us a light for the fulfillment of the friend. Is that clear? Only in this way can we fulfill the friend. And after this, we can also reach the fulfillment of the Creator, from the fulfillment of the friend to the fulfillment of the Creator. Only in this way, only according to this order. Is that clear?
C'est d'abord en se connectant, c'est bien ce que j'ai compris. D'abord on se connecte et ensuite on obtient le désir de vouloir remplir.
So first of all, we need to connect, and then we'll get a desire to fulfill the friends. Yes, without the connection, we cannot do any action, even the smallest one in spirituality. Nothing. We need to build a path, a route for the light. And then it will pass through us to the friend, and we will be as a path to him. Okay. Be well. We will succeed on our path until tomorrow. Wish you all the best. And thank you, Niv. Thank you, Rav. Thank you, World. Kli will end with a song.
Escuchar